might go back to a squee. Probably just start bombing stuff down. Just leaning over the house quite a lot.
Yeah.
I might do another cradle rig.
Yeah.
So off this one up here to the other one, just for this stuff out here. If there is any nesting animal in a tree here in Australia, you're not allowed to work on it. So there's no nesting animal in there, it's an old nest. So I'll probably go up into the main leader up there and put my high point, and that way I can do all the work on both trees from that high point. Probably just start bombing stuff down. We may do a bit of cradle rigging for the bigger, heavier stuff just to get it away from the house, but we'll just play it by ear. Go to my high point and have a look at it from up there. I might go back to a squee. Oh, jeez. I gotta lose some weight.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a bit better. Once you get up a bit, the bark gets a bit more forgiving. Alright, there we go. Now I feel better.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all well and been well. This is 2 trees. I don't know what they are. I think they might be peppermints, Eucalyptus nicolais, but didn't feel like peppermints. So please tell me what they are. My tree ID ain't the best, but I think they may be Eucalyptus nicolais. So this was a job that we got to about lunchtime, and Quentin said he wants to get it done in 4 hours, so that's pushing me. We didn't quite get it done. We got the foliage off so the chipper truck didn't have to come back, and we then just came back the next morning to do the stems. So there is a clip coming up that I was reluctant to put in, but I felt obligated to put all my failures in as well as my successes. So it's just a branch that got caught up. It wasn't a giant branch, there wasn't much risk involved, but it was a failure on my behalf. It was complacency, I just wasn't looking, and I fixed it up. I did do some cutting without my flip line being connected because I was worried about the branch going down and taking my flip line with it. So I did leave it in, and I did debate, and I actually did make the whole video without it in, and I thought, no, I've got to put it in and deal with the embarrassment. So hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and don't do it. But other than that, it was a pretty good climb.
Oh, hit the fence already. Alright, so this is going to be my high point for most of the work. Comfy. And set up my high point. So now I can transition this to a high point, put it back on my bridge, and go up there. Alright, so I don't want to climb with a carabiner cinched around the tree. So I'll tie myself with a knot, and this will be my main point. Tie a Yosemite tie off to make it a legitimate life support knot. High dress set and finish. Seeing as I'm not going to be coming up and checking it all the time. There we go. Alright, so we're good to go. Okay, now let's just have a look at this tree. Jeez, it is all over that house, isn't it? Got all this here. Can you send up that skinny rigging rope of yours? I'll grab that green ring, and that's all for now. Hang on a second, hold up. Just hold it tight, George. Tighter, George.
go over and help them out?
No, you're right. Just hold it there.
Yep.
Hold it up. So I don't want to open a can of worms here, but I am a big advocate for not one-handed cutting, and particularly not teaching new members to the industry to one-handed cut. I think chainsaw use with top handles requires more training. I think there should be more training courses here in Australia for it, particularly for top handles, with the amount of injuries I've seen. I've been around for over 20 years in the industry now, so I've seen enough to be able to make decisions about this. So this example here is that branch is snapped off, but I managed to get the chain brake on first. So just simple, good little habits like that should help you be a bit safer in the tree. If when a branch starts to move, the first thing you plan on doing subconsciously is putting that chain brake on, then you're in a better position than the person who's not planning on putting that chain brake on straight away, and you might end up with a cut arm. So just try and make that habit. We're creatures of habit, and if you do this job for long enough, it's like driving on the wrong side of the road. The more times you have bad habits or don't have good habits, there's more chance of having an injury. I call it unnecessary risk. So if you're in the habit of putting the chain brake on straight away, I think you're going to be in a better habit, and you're going to live this life in this career, on this job, with less injuries or less chance of injuries. So it's all these little things. Like I said, we're creatures of habit, and whatever you do today on this one job, it will be the same as what your habit will be on the next job. So try and use your chain brakes a bit more. That's my preaching over for now. So I am a trainer, so that's just what I do. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm up here now. I've turned the chipper down finally. Got most of that one off and down. Shut up. And I've come across here. I've still got my main rigging point in that leader over there, but I'm going to redirect it with this over here and get a lot of this stuff off that's over the house. I've also redirected my lifeline, and I've actually put a clove hitch in it there, just so it reduces the amount of side force. So if I pull on this, I'm really pulling on that one rather than pulling sideways on that. So it just makes me feel a bit better. So that's kind of my main lifeline, but it's that one up there. So we'll just tag line a lot of these off. We might cradle rig them, but we'll see what happens. Beautiful! George, that was perfect! Whee! Yep. Just a tiny one.
Yeah, so this didn't quite go as well as I'd planned. I was really hoping it would run smoothly from the top all the way to near the fence and then come to a stop. But there was too many wraps on the drum, and this is just an expected outcome of a new developing tree company. So all of these guys I'm working with, Case, Uni, Quentin, and George, they're all just learning. So the amount of days I've spent on tree sites, you could count on two hands. So what they've done so far is exceptional, and it's really great to watch them get better and better at things. But unfortunately, apart from all the good rigs you did today, George, I'm going to leave this one in. I believe I cursed you out for it, so you can listen to that. But it just didn't run quite enough, and it was a simple case of not putting enough, or putting too many wraps on the drum. And admittedly, I should have communicated things better, but yeah, to even it up, I put one in of Quentin putting too many wraps on too.
Oh, jeez. Oh, good. Whew. Oh, good.
Got two.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah, so Quentin does the same thing. It's just pure inexperience, which is getting better and better every day with these guys. It's fantastic to watch their progression into the tree industry, and it's fantastic being in a position where I can teach them, hopefully mostly the right way.